representing Provenance Vie Saine for a healthy lifestyle. I'll be teaching you guys today another one of my favorite beginner level yoga poses, the cat-cow pose. And technically, it is a vinyasa flow from one pose to the next. So the cat pose will transition to the cow pose in one fluid motion, moving with the rhythm of the breath. The cat-cow pose is one of my favorites to teach beginners because of the fact that not only does it help to improve one's posture, but it also helps to stretch and massage the abdomen and the internal organs inside the abdomen, which also helps to create emotional balance. So let's go ahead and join together in a comfortable seated position first, and I'll show you a very basic modified version of cat-cow for those of us who may not be comfortable from the hands and knees position. I'll be sure, of course, to show you both options, and then you can choose which feels best for you and your body today. From this comfortable seated position, let's go ahead and first check in with our alignment. So by that I mean, how are the joints lining up? We want the shoulders to stay in alignment with the hips, and in the seated position we want to also check in with the base, and in this case the base will be the bottom of the sitting bone on the pelvic floor. So we want to take the glute and kind of pull the fatty tissue out of the way so we can make sure we establish a flat connection with the bottom of the mat. Okay? And then I just have my legs comfortably crossed. You can bring the right foot forward or the left if that feels better for you. You don't have to bring the legs close to the lap, or you could instead just put them comfortably in front. Okay. As a general rule, lining the ankles with the knees is also going to help take pressure off the knees. So you might want to take a look at those ankles, and if you are experiencing any pain in this pose, make sure that you have the ankles as close as possible to in alignment with the knees. Okay, another thing we could do to make this pose a little more comfortable is to use a pillow or a blanket to sit on. Then from here, what we can do is we can just keep the hands gently rested on the mat or the lap, or really wherever it feels best for you. And we can begin to turn our awareness inward. So let's listen to the rhythm and notice the quality of our breathing pattern. Okay, chances are we're probably breathing from the chest, so let's initiate each inhale from the belly, that diaphragm. Okay, you could even place a hand on the belly and the chest so you can feel the breath. Fill the belly first, and then move the breath up to the chest, and then exhale the belly and exhale the chest. Okay, and just continue this deep belly breathing pattern for at least 6 to 9 deep breaths before you put any movement into your practice. It's really important to establish proper alignment and a deep belly breathing pattern before we start the practice of the asanas or the poses of yoga. Okay, so when you have felt like you've started and maintained a nice deep belly breath, we can transition to that vinyasa flow, transitioning from cat to cow. So if you want to start on your next inhale, you can join me in rotating the hips and the pelvis back, and then bringing the chest and the chin up towards the sky. On the exhale of the breath, we'll reverse that motion. So we'll bring the pelvis and the hips forward, and then we'll bring the chin down towards the belly, I guess, to help open up the shoulder blades. can keep flowing in and out of the pose, inhaling up and then exhaling down, nice and slowly. Moving with the rhythm and the quality of the breath. Notice how the hands slide up and down just to gently support the transition from cat to cow. And if you did want to try practicing this fabulous vinyasa flow from a hands and knees position, I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. So, what we would do first of all is we would swing the feet around and bring the hands in front. Then, hopefully we can at least have access to a blank wall so we could at least see our shadows in the wall, just to make sure that the shoulders are staying above the wrists and the knees are staying below the hips here, okay? We also want to check in with the spinal alignment too. We don't want to have an arch here. We want to start neutral, so a nice flat back. Little bend in the elbows. Feet are nice and relaxed. Then we can transition to cow by inhaling and bringing the chin to the sky, and the hips will tilt back. Okay, then we'll exhale and we'll reverse that motion. So we'll bring the pelvis and the hips forward and we'll bring the chin down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Spreading the fingers nice and wide here, and really pressing into the mat evenly with all 10 knuckles is going to help take a little pressure off the wrists in this position. When we are ready to come out of this fabulous pose, let's go ahead and slowly just drop the booty to the floor and bring the feet back around to a comfortable seated position. Thanks for practicing cat-cow with me here on Provenance Vie Saine for a healthy lifestyle. I hope you were able to find a version of this fabulous vinyasa that feels wonderful for you and your body today. Thanks again for practicing. Namaste.